Hey Miro, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Priya.
So another month of job growth. How is it capping off what was mostly a strong week for the economy and Wall Street?
Well, today we had very good job numbers. 225,000 jobs added to the rolls. The big news is that the stock market had a big week through yesterday. Today the market was down about a point. But basically, a lot of things happened to give Wall Street a lot of certainty over the last week. Corporate earnings have been on a tear. Over 60% of the Fortune or the S&P 500 have announced their earnings, and almost 75% of them have beat the expectations. And this week, China announced their reduction as part of the Phase 1 trade de-escalation effort, a 50% reduction on $75 billion of goods they put on tariffs that they put on U.S. goods. The U.S. is also announcing a 50% reduction in tariffs on about $120 billion of Chinese goods. So that's all the good news. The challenge has been the coronavirus, and that's kind of what drove the market today. The concern is it is continuing to escalate in China. So there's a lot of mixed signals, and so we're going to see a lot of volatility in the market. We're going to have to get used to that for the first quarter. So
not to harp on more bad news, but it has been continued struggles in the retail sector as well. What's next for Macy's?
Yeah, Macy's, one of the bellwether department store chains, announced the closure of 125 stores. But at the same time, they're going to expand smaller store formats, the Macy's Backstage. They're going to have 7 standalone stores, and they're going to expand into 50 current Macy's locations. Now, Macy's is not alone. One of the big things in this kind of retail apocalypse is that the last few years have been horrible for retail, and then on top of it, the malls are also problematic because Macy's is really focusing on closing the poor-performing stores in second-tier malls. So it's the third-tier malls that are going to be going away. Second-tier malls have to remake themselves. The top-tier malls, here in San Diego, for example, UTC remade themselves, drives a whole different type of traffic. And even in Horton Plaza, that whole shopping center is going to reduce the amount of retail substantially to less than 50% and focus on kind of the tech space. So mall owners are trying to reimagine the entire retail experience. So we'll continue to watch this, and there's going to be a lot of news on retail in 2020.
Absolutely. I think technology is forcing everyone to evolve a little bit. And finally, I want to talk about the Just Say No to Winter campaign. What's your take on San Diego's new tourism campaign?
Just Say No to Winter campaign is a great campaign overlaid by the San Diego Regional EDC that's really targeting high-tech workers to come to San Diego. We just talked about unemployment. Well, it's 3.6% nationally. It's 2.9% in San Diego. The sectors in technology and life sciences are really struggling to bring in qualified people. So the campaign is really targeting workers in hubs like New York and Boston and Chicago to tell them, hey, San Diego is a great place that's got diversity. It's got the right kind of employment. That's very exciting. The challenge is that we had set a record number of tourists visiting San Diego in 2018 of 36 million. Last year, we kind of saw a plateau. And so we need to re-energize, and the tourism authority is actually increasing their budget by 25%. And their campaign is really targeted to drive this kind of tourism to San Diego, because last year as a whole, tourism to the United States fell. We saw that here in San Diego. We need to get our fair share, and I think the tourism authority is being smart and aggressive at trying to drive new tourists in 2020.
Yeah, we'll see if this campaign can do the trick. Well, Miro Copic from SDSU and BottomLine Marketing, thank you so much for your expertise as always.
Thanks, Priya.